easy it is for you to accept yourself. How often do you tell yourself that you're not good enough at something? Or maybe you feel like you're not worthy enough, or you just don't like yourself. Have you ever noticed your inner conversation that you have with yourself? Have you ever noticed what are you keep telling yourself all of the time, every single day? Did you ever think that you actually might rejecting yourself? If any of those resonates with you, this video is definitely for you. Hi everyone, my name is Sylvia Kocina. Welcome to my channel. So today we will be talking about self-acceptance, self-punishment, childhood trauma, and the result that comes from it. So just to begin, I would like you at the very beginning ask yourself how easy it is for you to actually accept yourself fully, without any conditions, without any what if, or I better be doing this, or people pleasing, without any of that subconscious dance. How often it is for you, how easy it is for you to actually accept yourself. How often do you accept yourself fully? What I have noticed that because of our childhood trauma and because of the results of childhood trauma is we have developed very distorted point of view, opinion, or perception of ourselves. We're starting to believe that we're not good enough. We believe that we're not worthy enough. We believe that we need others to save us. We need others to like us. We need others to accept us. But we don't even ever consider ourselves and what is our role in this whole mindset of looking for attention from somebody else, wanting others to accept ourselves all the time. Have you ever considered yourself in any of your in any of those aspects? You see, when you don't accept yourself fully, you're rejecting yourself. And as the result of self-rejecting, your internal judge is telling you very different, very difficult, very hurtful things about yourself. You're rejecting your body, you're rejecting yourself, you're rejecting your personality. You don't believe that you're worthy, you don't believe that you mean something, you don't see your benefits, like you don't see anything other than how not good enough you are, how imperfect you are. Every time you reject yourself, you're actually abusing yourself. And that's the thing. You might blame your childhood trauma, you might blame other people, you might want to, blame others for how unhappy you are today. But the truth is, you are your own worst abuser. You are your own worst abuser. You're abusing yourself more than anyone ever did before. Your self-worth is nearly zero because that's what you keep telling yourself. You keep rejecting yourself because in your own opinion, you're not something that you think you should be. You're rejecting yourself because there is part of you that believes you should be perfect. You should be more perfect. You should be doing more of this. You should be more of that. You should more, accomplish. By your age, you should have way more achievements under your belt. Rejection, rejection, rejection. How can you ever feel good about yourself? How can you ever love yourself? How can you ever think that you're going to have fulfilled life if your internal judge is exactly that? It's very harsh, it's based on the ego, and it's not listening to your internal world, which is very much wounded inner child who needs love, affection, and needs kindness. And all what you're doing to your inner child is keep rejecting that part of yourself, because your ego thinks you should be more. Because your ego thinks you're not good enough. And don't get me wrong, to overcome your own beliefs, to overcome and change your whole belief system requires loads of courage. Because all your childhood was based on the experience of I'm not good enough. If my parents didn't love me, if they didn't give me what I wanted, if they didn't meet my own emotional needs, then I'm not good enough. If I'm not good enough for them, then I'm not good enough for myself. And this is where your adult you really should step in. Your consciousness, your awareness. And that's where you stop identify yourself with your past trauma. You are you, and trauma was trauma. When you keep identifying yourself with your childhood trauma, when you keep disconnecting yourself from your higher self, from yourself, from your soul, from your inner child, you're empty. There is nothing that you can actually offer yourself. And therefore, you will be actually the limits that you put on yourself, you're actually going to accept those limitations from somebody else. So if you're abusing yourself, that's exactly what you're going to accept from others. Because self-love, self-respect, self-kindness isn't there. It's not everybody's fault for that you're unhappy. Right now, you're not a child anymore. Right now, you have full responsibility for your own life, for your own happiness. But if you keep going punishing yourself over and over again for what happened, how can you then expect yourself to be happy? Every time you will remember the same emotion, every time you will remember that situation that you didn't like, you overflow with shame, you overflow then with guilt, maybe anger, maybe sadness, maybe jealousy. Whatever that emotion is, you are actually punishing yourself. Every single time you will reject yourself, every time you are rejecting yourself, you're creating your own hell. Every time you're telling yourself that you're not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm this, I'm that, I can't, I'm not worthy of love, no one loves me, I'm not lovable. This is self-rejection, this is self-punishment. It has nothing to do with self-acceptance, self-improvement, and, connection with yourself. It has nothing to do with healing whatsoever. If anything, you keep pushing yourself right back to where you were in your childhood. You got to rise above this. You got to rise above your childhood trauma. You have to remind yourself that you're more than your trauma. You have to remind yourself that you can do more than that. You have to learn how to love yourself, how to accept yourself. You have to let go of that need of rejection. You have to let go of that need to punish yourself. Rather than keep looking outside of love and acceptance, attention, start giving that to yourself in a very kind way. Rather keep telling yourself that you can't do something. Start telling yourself that yes, I can do it, and I will do it because I'm choosing to do it and I want to do it. Start paying attention to what kind of relationship you have with yourself. What every day are you telling yourself? Are you supportive? Or are you more self-doubting? What's going on inside you? You might think that those conversations doesn't really matter. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. Your subconscious mind always listens, always. So whatever you're telling yourself, right and programmed. And if you have the same conversation of I'm not good enough every single day, 50 times a day, for 50 days, you keep repeating over and over the same belief, that eventually it will become your own belief system. It's going to be programmed in your subconscious mind. And it's not going to make you happy. This is not what's going to make you heal. Keeping yourself small, rejecting yourself, these are not the behaviors that will heal you from your childhood trauma. You have to rise above this. You have to see yourself from a different perspective. You have to see yourself that you are more than that. You're more than what you experienced or what you didn't experience. I always say that childhood trauma should never be a life sentence, but only you are in charge of that. You are in charge whether your childhood trauma will impact you today or not. This is something that you have now as an adult full control. So what it would be like if you actually would allow yourself to step into your light, to embrace love, to allow, to give and to receive love. Stop being afraid of love. What it would be like if you embrace the beauty of this world. What if you'd let go of the whole distorted truth that you have and believe, and maybe have the courage to create a new truth that will be based on love, self-acceptance. What kind of life would you have then? Who would you be? How would you act? How would you behave? What would you do if you actually would allow love to be your guide? Because right now, every time you're rejecting yourself, every time you're punishing yourself, you're actually allowing fear to control you, to guide you, and tell you what to do. So reverse that. Reverse the process. Choose love instead of fear. And probably now you want to tell me, but with love there is such a risk. Are you not risking right now? What's more risky? What's more risky? To allow yourself to embrace love and receive love and enjoy love and give love, or maybe on the other hand, it's more risky of never even experience what unconditional love is and just be the way you are every single day to the rest of your day. What is more risky? The choice is yours. Just welcome more love into your life. And that is about self-care, self-acceptance, accepting others, setting boundaries, but not wanting to change others, accepting the past. That's what the love is. Love just is. Embrace it. Thank you so much for today. If this is something that you like to hear about more about childhood trauma, mental health, well-being, psychology, subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos. Thank you so much, guys, for today, and I will see you around. Bye.